Hello everyone, Alien Volt here, and I am playing Homefront. Homefront was developed by Chaos Studios and published by THQ. But the game was developed on the Unreal 3 engine. Now, this game came out in 2011, so it's a little old. And I actually played this last year to make videos on it, and I was going to do kind of like a retro video playthrough. But I had so many problems running this game, especially in SLI, that it kept crashing. I kept getting bugs. I'd have to restart levels. It wasn't an enjoyable experience. The game itself, the storyline is cool. I mean, anyone that grew up in, say, the 80s like I did, or even recently, where you had the Red Dawn movies, since it was remade recently. I mean, it was kind of one of those staples that, you know, Wolverines, you know, you wanted to be a defender of America. Yeah, I think that's it. Well, this game does that. It gives you an invasion, but rather than it being Russia, it's North Korea. Now, the game takes place in 2027, so it's a ways in the distant future, but they give you a really cool storyline if you want to look at all the propaganda that they created for this, that basically tells about the conflict and the struggle. And it wasn't extremely difficult for them to do this because they did it for the previous game. Their initial FPS shooter they designed was called Frontlines Fuel of War, and that came out in 2008. And it was a similar game and a similar, you know, concept where you pitted the East against the West, and it was over, you know, oil, natural gases, and basically the control of all resources in 2024. Now, Homefront, initially this game played decently, but it still had some bugs. On current systems, it struggles a little bit. Now, maybe it was only my SLI that gave me the problem, but I didn't really try it out on a single video card, so I can't really say that it would run better. I'm hoping that it would, because I had a lot of problems, especially with my resolution of my monitor, because I use an ultra widescreen monitor, and I couldn't get the monitor resolution to cooperate with me. It just wasn't doing it. It kicked me out of Windows, and then my recording wouldn't work, and I would play through a level and find out that it only recorded my desktop. So I mean, it definitely had some issues. I get some stuttering and some freezes and then just crashes. So it wasn't really the best experience as far as enjoying the game, but when I did play it and it worked right, I liked it, although it was very linear. What this game boils down to is a great concept with a poor delivery. I mean, that's pretty much what you get here. You've got a very buggy game. You've got a great story and concept behind it, pushing the game, but it just doesn't quite deliver. The campaign itself was extremely short, too. I'm trying to remember exactly how much time I put into it, but I believe it was only 2 hours at the most. And that was on the hardest difficulty modes. Now, there is a multiplayer as well, but it's pretty empty. Not too many people play it. I was able to find a match, but it literally only had like 6 people in it. So this is definitely one of those games that you do not want to buy and play for the multiplayer, because it's old and there's just no community left for it. Now, the multiplayer did remind me a lot of Call of Duty, and yes, you had some vehicles involved, but it was very minor vehicles. You're not talking like on a Battlefield scale. It was decent. I mean, surprisingly, it was decent compared to how bad the single-player campaign performed. The multiplayer was pretty decent. Again, no one was really playing it, but it was decent. And as much as I wanted to actually recommend this game to you guys, I really couldn't do that. I mean, it's just does not perform very well by today's standards. The game is very linear. You're going to get a lot of events that you just have no control over how you complete the level. You have to do it by the scripted event, or it just won't happen. You'll just sit there standing there going, okay, I guess I really have to do it this way. There's no other way around this. I can't just shoot the people that are right in front of me. No, I have to jump down and kill them with a tank. It's just very, very scripted like that. And the story, like I said, isn't bad. I mean, I actually kind of liked it. I liked the whole theme behind it. And I think that someone who would take this story and just kind of start from scratch and make a game based on this theme, I think it would do very well. But they just have to do it right. You know, you don't really want the whole scripted scenes like this, and I know Call of Duty still does it, but that's not really what people want. People want an open world game that they can interact with, but yet still have a series of missions that are meaningful and work well. And that's what a lot of open world games fail to do. They don't really give you that questing sensation where you feel like you're really making a difference in the world. You know, you feel like you have a purpose. And that's really what they fail at accomplishing. I mean, they really just don't do it. What they usually give you is a main storyline that you can choose to follow when you want to, and then a bunch of side missions that feel very repetitive and just don't really feel like they're making a difference or doing anything. And that's what they have to fix. The only way I can really recommend this game is if you pick it up really cheap for a couple bucks and you have a normal monitor, so you don't have to deal with the resolution issues that I had, and hopefully that will eliminate the crashing as well. Now, there's nothing really exceptional about this game. It doesn't stand out in any way. It's not innovative. It's just a standard run-of-the-mill shooter with a cool concept behind the story. It's too bad they didn't do more with this franchise, because it really could have been something great. Anyways, I'm going to end this video here. There's no reason to go any further. Hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.